I don't think that's going to do it. And I have a correction and an apology here, D. This is a good spot for me to humbly make this. So I want to shout out to listener Bob from Evanston.
Hey, Bob.
Who sent me the following email, which I will now read. It will be a dramatic recitation. Here we go. Hold on. Water time, D. I am a regular podcaster and listener. Enjoy the interview, the guests, and your ability to laugh at yourself. About a year and a half ago, I ran into Mayor Daniel Biss and told him you frequently talk up his math skills. He smiled. Last week at the 4th of July parade, I told him you're back on the Biss topic. He replied, quote, "Why doesn't he call me?" Unquote. If you make Biss your third interview with 9th Congressional District candidate, you have to do a fourth, Laura Fine. She's not from Wilmette. She's from Glenview. And here's my moment of apology, D. As you know, for the last several weeks, I've been breaking down the candidates by where they're from. And then for some reason, and I'm not sure why, I may need to go to therapy for this to really take the deep dive. Why do I think Laura Fine is from Wilmette? I think it's because when she was a state rep, she had an office in Wilmette. But it turns out she's not from Wilmette, D. She's not from New Trier. She's from Glenview. Now, I know with your astute knowledge of North Shore, you'll know everything about Glenview and the difference between Glenview and Wilmette. But for our listeners who may not, Glenview is a little west of Wilmette. And so the high school there is Glenbrook South, as opposed to Glenbrook North, which is the high school for Northbrook, which is north of Why does this matter? I am not making this up, people. If you live in the North Shore, the further west you are of Green Bay Road, really starts with Green Bay Road. The further west you are, like the more inferior you are in the attitude. I am old North Shore. I live east of Green Bay Road. So Glenview is even west of like Edens. So maybe that's her base, Glenview. Anyway, I humbly apologize, Laura Fine, for saying you're from Wilmette. Not that there's anything wrong with Wilmette. Wilmette sucks. But not that there's anything wrong with Wilmette or New Trier. New Trier sucks. But I'm just saying I apologize for saying. So anyway, she's from Glenview, not Wilmette, D. Okay? Get it right.
Bob? Where's Bob from?
Bob is from Evanston.
Okay.
The greatest of them all. Evanston.
Okay,
right. Where all the cool people are from. Evanston.
All right, we're going to wind up with
You know who made fun of me for being from Evanston? Mark Sims made fun of me for being from Evanston. Can you believe that, D?
Really?
Yeah.
Catch us for our live broadcast in Evanston coming up very soon.
Name one graduate of Glenbrook South other than Laura Fine. Name one. That's all I ask you, D. Name one.
Pat Whalen.
No. I think Pat Whalen's from Buffalo. Buffalo, New York. Matt on my bowling team. Is from.
You know, some guy on your bowling team. Is that what we're doing right now?
And Nick Martinelli, who plays for Northwestern University in basketball. Great basketball player, D. Went to Glenbrook South. Sorry, D. Didn't mean to go down that.
No.
One more time, Laura Fine, humbly apologize for saying you're from Wilmette. I really apologize for that.
That's great. And, you know, if you want to be like Bob, we encourage you to do it. Reach out to the Ben Joravsky Show. All right. BennyJShow@gmail.com. BENNY, the letter J, show @gmail.com. Let us know what you think of the show.
And I have to do another apology to listener Jeff out there.
There we go.
And so, Jeff, I apologize for not responding to your emails. I was negligent in looking at the that Gmail site. I have so many nowadays. I'm overwhelmed with email sites. But thank you very much for the generous donation, and yes, I appreciate your emails as well.
Moving along, Laura Fine. Can you roller skate? Can you do something? Let's figure something out. All right, $262,805 in campaign cash. Our next congressional hopeful is someone we have not mentioned one time on this program. He's an entrepreneur. He's running for Congress. His name is Bruce Leon.
Oh, Leon. Oh, my God.
Leon.
Yeah, from the 50th Ward in Chicago. Yeah.
Democratic committeeman who jump-started his campaign with $610,000 from his own wallet.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Take us out to dinner, Bruce Leon.
Yeah.
What
So
you
Bruce Leon, his base of support is the 50th Ward. He's a big supporter of Israel. He is absolutely, if it's a divided race, I mean, really divided, he could use, I guess that's his strategy, to use that base of support. It's a long shot, D, but I guess if he can kick in 600 grand to jumpstart the campaign, just like that, that's no joke. Yeah, I saw when he jumped in the race. I'm like, 600 grand, man. Still, if I had to put money in Vegas, I would not put money on him.
All right, not in the bag.
Danny Biss is the front runner in this one.
We have 2 candidates left. Please don't spoil the ending, Ben. And hats off to the social media superstar, Kat Abigazela, who pulled in nearly $526,000 during the second quarter, mostly from out of state. Hey, money's money, all right? Abigazela now has $666,000, or $666,768 on hand at the end of the quarter. And finally, our candidate with the most cash, and trust him, he's a mathematician. He probably counted it like 20 times. It's Evanston Mayor Dan Biss reporting $703,000 in campaign cash. Biss also picked up an endorsement this week. I think you may know her name. Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren. Ever heard of
her? Yeah. Liz Warren came out for Dan Biss. See, when I saw that D, I'm like, Elizabeth Warren, you got to understand something about the 9th Congressional. She's very popular with liberal voters in the 9th Congressional District. My mother loved Elizabeth Warren. My mom, rest in peace. So I really kind of understand liberal voters in the 9th Congressional. And I always thought, again, one more time, I always think of Evanston as the base, but I'm wrong. There's other parts of the 9th Congressional. As Bush pointed out to me when she was on the show, Evanston's not even the majority of the district. So that's just my Evanston bias there. Man, I don't know, D. Like, if you have a divided race and Evanston's your base and you have $700,000 and Elizabeth Warren just came out for you, that's called a front runner. Now, just for the record, you could probably tell by the excitement in his voice, Dennis's favorite candidate, no question about, his Cat. All right, there's no doubt about that, right, D?
Okay. Cool. That's cool. She was in it before, Schakowsky announced that she was retiring. Yes. So I got to respect that.
Yes, I do.
And too. It's different, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure. I mean, Daniel Biss will smile and say she's awesome, but he hates her guts.
Well, yes, you're absolutely correct. She was the only one in this bunch who jumped into the race before Jan Schakowsky announced that she was stepping down, was not running, and then all the floodgates opened up. So if you recall, ladies and gentlemen, there was another split in the Democratic Party, a generational split. We see it on display in New York in their mayoral race between younger Democrats who say their party it's time for the old geezers to let go. And Jan Schakowsky, I think, is close to 80. I forget how old she is. She's in her late 70s. I want to say she's been around since 1996. As Dennis can tell you, she beat J.B. Pritzker in the primary in 1996, and Howie Carroll. Very good for knowing that, D.
Oh yeah.
So she's been around a long time. She's probably unbeatable. But Kat jumped in, championing all the lefty issues. Kat jumped in while the rest of them were waiting for Jan. Very similar to what happened in 2019, if you recall, D, with Rahm. Remember that? Handful of candidates jumped in while Rahm was still running, and then when Rahm said he wasn't running, remember Tony Preckwinkle? Oh, now I'll run. Wasn't Susanna Mendoza in that group? Yeah, now I'll run. I'm with you, D. I got respect for somebody who was in the race. I don't live in the 9th Congressional, D. I haven't lived in the 9th Congressional since, oh my goodness. Whoa, get the reefer out. We're talking the 70s, man. So I don't get a vote in this one, unfortunately.
And, a close second in campaign fundraising. $666,000 is nothing to sneeze at, man.
Yeah, no.
Way better than Laura Fine,
Yeah. She'll be Bush will be cutting in their vote. Those two will be battling it out. If you just, and then Mike Simmons, who's running a state senator out of Chicago. Yeah, he's not as lefty as these others, though. He worked for Rahm. So, I'm telling you right now, we'll be following this one all the way to the finish line. But sooner or later, Gaza's going to come up as an issue. It's got to come up as an issue. In this race. This hasn't happened yet. Maybe when they start circulating petitions, maybe some of these people drop out of the race. By the way, that's the other thing. You know how that works, don't you, D? Someone's now they're wheeling. You talk about the knock at the door threatening you. Then there's the ring of the phone asking you to come out to have lunch and sweet talk you into leaving the race. And that's an old standby. That's classic Chicago, where the front runner will have his intermediary call up a young challenger, and they'll take the young challenger to lunch, and they go, "You are brilliant. You're the future of this party. And I think if you drop out of this race, you have a great future as fill in the blank. Yeah, alderman, fill in the blank. City clerk, fill in the some lower down the ballot position. And I think there'd be a lot of support for you. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Would you like some dessert with this lunch?" So
well,
that will. Yeah,
that's also how Chicago radio stations fire people.
My God. Touche with love. Yes. Hey, Ben, let's go have breakfast. Have the eggs on us.
Now, real quick here. Something I like to do. Let's go on X and see how many followers Daniel Biss has. And then let's see how many Kat Abigazela has. What do you say about that?
Go ahead. Let's go. Let's take that. Well, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you got all these endorsements. Elizabeth Warren. Well, ooh. Amazing. Looking at X, Daniel Biss has 17,000 followers. 17,000. Pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, it beats us. But now, let's look at Kat Abigazela, whatever her last name is, and see. Over to Kat. Oh my God, I didn't realize I got to spell her last name live on this thing. All right, 1 second here. We're going to go to Kat in just 1 minute. What about Kat for Congress? Is that a thing? My God, the spelling on this name. Okay, hold on. There we go. You got to be on X. I don't care what you say. If you're running for something, you got to be on X, all right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Daniel Biss, once again, 17,000. Now, Kat Abigazela. Kat Abigazela, 236,000 followers. A lot more.
All right, so now I'm going to do my inner Rich Miller, which is a very skeptical, longtime observer of Illinois politics, probably knows Illinois politics better than anyone. And I can just imagine his reaction. A lot of those ex-voters don't, a lot of those ex-people don't even live in the 9th Congressional District. She's a national figure. And a lot of them are just following her because it's a cool thing to do. Even if they do live in the 9th, you can't expect them to vote. And furthermore, I'll bet you Danny Biss's 17,000 actually live, and a good chunk of them live in the 9th Congressional, because I don't think anybody outside the 9th Congressional District and Evanston is really aware of young Daniel these days. So, take that, young.
What do you think about Laura Fine's 197 followers?
Oh my God, I've changed my. Well, that's because she's got that Glenview vote. Okay, remember I wrote her off as a woman candidate. Glenview's huge. They love Twitter.